Okay, so this is probably like my fourth time trying to record this video. Hello, I am in my new home. I have finally made it. And you know what? I have finally been in the mood to record. I've been here for maybe a week or so. It's a beautiful home. And I want to make this my sanctuary, but I recognize that I have to put a lot more energy into doing the things that I need to do to keep building this home up and to continue building my life up. And I'm finally allowing myself to disregard my emotions so that I can get done what I need to get done. This is a season of self-discipline. I did not feel like getting up to juice, which is what I'm about to do. I did not feel like recording any of it. I actually was almost gonna take a nap, and then I said, for what? Why? Why are you taking a nap? You're not tired. It's like 11, 12. I'm not tired. Why don't you get up and do something? And as soon as I started moving, I moved myself into, I would say, a new frequency. It's like I moved myself into a new frequency just by warming my body up. And I was standing at the sink washing dishes, and I heard there's different spirits available on different frequencies. And I found that very interesting, because that's not at all what I was thinking about recording. I was thinking about recording the fact that I'm having a hard time getting up to record or to do anything. But then I heard that there's different spirits on different frequencies, and I recognize that if you allow yourself to do something, put yourself in a different frequency, you can have access to different energies on that frequency. And me just allowing myself to get up and move just a little bit, Could have just been to walk down the stairs that helped me. But me getting up to moved me out of this funky energy I was in. We keep thinking, when I get the new this, when I get the money, when I get the car, when I get the whatever, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be like this. Y'all, you are who you are. What he said? Who said that? You are who you was before you got here? Who said that? I don't know where I got that from just now. But yeah, it's the truth. If you're not gonna be who you need to be, as the person that has what you want, then you're gonna have a very hard time getting what it is that you want. That's what I realized. Once again, because I'm sure I've known that and heard that before in different ways. But that's what embodiment is about. So I'm here in my kitchen, and as you can see, I don't have everything, right? Like, I don't have a stove. The stove space is empty. I do have a refrigerator. You can't see all of the spaces, but I don't have cabinets. I did do a deposit for them. I don't have any furniture. And I'm allowing myself to slowly fill this home just like I want to fill my life. Because just like this home is brand new, my life feels brand new. And it doesn't feel brand new in a fun way. but I wanted to. I wanted to feel brand new in a fun, exciting, yes, I had to make certain decisions to have this fun, exciting life. But also now that I've made those decisions and taken myself out of those spaces, I'm actually going to live this fun, exciting life. You know? And I don't know how long I've been rambling before I got to that, because I cannot see this far. But yeah. So I don't have like a cutting board, a spoon, knife, nothing. But the last time I moved into a home, I didn't have money for anything. So the fact that I had money to get some of the things that I needed, child, I'm proud. I'm just grateful. This home is going to be a very special time for me because I can really see myself growing here. I can really see myself, and I don't plan to be here for like years and years and years, like, oh, I'm going to live here forever kind of thing, or even like the next 10 years. But I see myself growing in a way that allows me to be able to move on from this place and feel stable when I do. One day I'll share my house hunting story because I do live in Mexico, and I've been here for several years now. We're stepping into year 5, and I'm learning, like, if I were to come here, if I were to move here all over again, I would do things differently. I would do things kind of the way I'm doing it now, but I think even the next time I move, I'll do things even better the next time that I move. But I've learned so much over the years about myself, and I've had to be quiet and listen more here because I don't speak Spanish. So it's been exciting for me. And I feel like I'm seeing Mexico for the first time in a completely different way. And that's why I put new country. Because even though I've been here for a couple of years, and you can do this no matter where you are, you can see where you're living completely different. The eyes that landed here in Mexico in 2020 are not the eyes that are here today. And even though I've been in this same city for a couple of years, I've been walking with my head down for all of those years. I saw very little. And now I'm seeing everything just in a different light for myself. People don't recognize how even if you're smiling, the person smiling the most, as a matter of fact, the person laughing the hardest could be the person going through the most. And for some reason, people pick and choose who they want to believe or who they want to check on when they are experiencing something. So I'm learning how to make sure that I got me, but also make sure that I know how to communicate to my community about who it is that I really am, not masking, not pretending that I'm okay all the time. Allowing myself to cry, allowing myself to be seen and be heard, even when I don't feel like being seen or being heard. The way you go about your life, the way you go about changing your perspective is always going to be on you. I decided that I was going to focus differently on this theory that I have, this embodiment theory, by sharing it, flat out sharing how it is that I'm rebuilding my life after moving to a new country, ceasing contact with like 95% of the people that I grew up with, and changing my jobs, changing careers. My life, my life, my life, my life. I recognize that the very thing that I think that I need to see in the world is the very thing that it's time for me to be, that I'm ready to be. And even though I didn't feel like it an hour ago, or 20 minutes ago even, maybe a little longer than that now, but I didn't feel like it then, me allowing myself, my actions to override my emotions, allowed me to switch emotions. And I'm proud of that moment. I'm proud of this moment. I watched two generations of my family, my mom and my grandma, lay a lot. Just lay down a lot. Resting is amazing. I am 100% a part of the nap ministry community. Resting is amazing. However, I know the difference between resting for rest and resting because you feel depressed. And that's what I was starting to feel earlier. And I said, the only thing that's going to change this right now is if you fuel yourself differently. You have to do something different in this moment. I'm aware enough of my body to feel when I'm getting back down there. A lot of times we want to stay in the middle, but that's kind of like flatlining, right? So we have to keep riding this wave of up, down. That's the pulse. But you can feel when you're getting a little too low. I can now feel when I'm getting a little too low, and even when I'm getting a little too high. Like, I can allow myself to experience excitement and joy, but I also can tell when it's like, you get too excited. And it's a reason for both. I haven't been too excited in a long time, but I'm pretty sure if I did experience that feeling, I would feel and relax myself. But I'm monitoring my lows better. I'm monitoring and monitoring and managing my lows better in this season. Because what I want to offer to my community, I first have to offer to myself. I don't even have the space to carry a community member the way I would like to, through their own transition, through their own healing. I'm really a wounded healer. And it is my medicine that I have to use to heal myself in this moment. So of course it starts with juicing. God is so good. How did God bring me all the way back around to juicing like this? Juicing. Nutrition was the first thing that caught my attention about my own life, my own health journey, my own spiritual journey. And I've always had a lot of health issues, but in my 20s is when I decided to really get serious about learning more about my body, learning more about nutrition. And I began juicing. I started a juice company. I became a health coach. I have a certificate in health coaching from the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, Basically, I learned 100 different dietary theories, which is how I created my own theory. One of the things that has helped me create my own theory for life. But I learned 100 different dietary theories for how to eat. Very simple. Finding out what works for you, what works for your body, having your own goals is so important. I used to be a person that used to think it was like one size fit all, but that taught me that it's not. It's not one size fit all. And my life taught me that even though I could want to eat a certain way, my body may not need to nor desire to eat that way. So as I get back into my body, as I get back into my life, as I get back into living again, being again, shining again, I start with how I fuel my body. This is the most important thing for me right now. And since we're here, and I'm talking about bodies, the 4 bodies, which is actually 5 bodies, but the 4 bodies are the elements. The 4 bodies are also your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual state. The 5th body would be your financial state, but I won't get into that. There is something that you can do for each and every one of those bodies to take care of yourself better today, right now. With something or with nothing. Because even if you say, oh, I can't juice, or I don't have smoothie money or anything like that. Fasting is a real thing. And when I say fasting, I mean nothing at all. And everybody got a whole lot of nothing. I want to allow myself to encourage myself and others to keep moving. Yeah, we've been through a lot. If you're here, I want to assume that you've watched at least the last 2 videos and resonate in some way. I want this channel to show my growth like it was intended to in my first video 8 years ago. But I've always been so insecure about the life that I was living, about my personal life, because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed for a lot of different reasons. But now I'm not. So, and I can honestly say that the only reason why I'm no longer embarrassed is because I took matters into my own hands and created the life that I wanted for myself. 8 years ago, I was still living under a completely different ruling, not one of my own, I'll just say that. So now, when I look at my life and I see even how little I have, right? I look at my life and I see how little I have and what I'm able to do with that little, how much I'm able to do with that little. I'm excited to see what I'll be able to do with more. I think I'm going to cut the video here because I do not want to edit this, and I don't think that y'all want to hear this blender blend, but y'all probably wanted to see this juice. I'll make a short about it. How about that? I'll see y'all later. Peace.